Finish him! Get over here!
Yo, what's going on, guys? So I just wanted to showcase, I don't know if you guys saw the last video that I did, I call an insane OP attack for Annette, where she can get multiple grabs. Well, I just made that better with this new attack where you can actually use the air cannon to get grabs with the ambush, as well as the demobilizing rounds also works to do this, but it's a little bit inconsistent. I'll show some footage here so you see what I mean. To see right there, I just did the air cannon thing and also did the tech that I showed you on the other video to get 2 grabs there. Now I could have probably got the third one there, but if I spawned like a third zombie, I could have got the third grab right there. And he just DC'd straight away. It's pretty funny. To do this, you need to, I mean, you don't necessarily need to, but I'm using 2 modified gears to assemble and disassemble the gun faster, because otherwise, you see, I have to spawn the zombie very fast, otherwise he gets up and there's no time for the grab. So that's one thing. You either need at least one modified gear. You can make work with one, but it's obviously the timing is going to be much more strict if you're only using one modified gear. If you're only 2 modified gears, it's much easier to be more consistent, you know, because you have just a little extra second to place the zombie and whatnot. Sometimes you're gonna place the zombie and he doesn't even load or something, and that can screw your timing up as well. So ideally, you want to have 2 modified gears to do this. That also works with the immobilizing rounds. Like if you immobilize him and spawn the zombie next to it, sometimes he still goes for the jump, and you can grab him like with the ambush grab from the floor out of the immobilizing round. But you know, it just seems to be a little inconsistent. Sometimes he does it, sometimes he does not. I'm not sure what's causing it to be inconsistent. I'm still trying to figure out. Same thing with the air cannon itself. Sometimes you spawn the zombie like right in front of him, but he just will not do the jump for whatever reason. This is just like normal biting, like chain biting when he's alone. That's not much about that. And yeah, so you gotta make sure you place the zombie facing the survivor. By the way, there's a little arrow on the circle where he spawns. You need to make sure that the arrow is pointing at the survivor, and you do not want to be too close. Neither do you want to be too far from his body. Otherwise, he's not gonna do the grab. As you can see right there, it still works on the doors just like normal, and you can combo with any other zombie that has invincibility to go for the extra grab or just buy it in general. And I will make a video on this build that I'm using to make this happen, because I did make a build revolving just around this. It's probably the most try-hard Annette build there is. So you see like right there, see how he did not try to grab the... You can still do this, like when you grab him from behind, out of the immobilizing round. But you know, usually he tries to grab him, you know, out of the... while he's still inside the immobilizing round. But it's just a little bit inconsistent sometimes, unfortunately. And because you can just keep comboing stuff forever. As long as you're spawning the zombies, they're gonna have the invincibility, right? So you can just keep grabbing over and over. Now another important detail is that you need to control the creature. You see me controlling the creature before he actually goes for the grab. If you don't do that, he's gonna go through the body. He's not gonna grab me. So you need to control the creature for the grab to happen when he's interacting with the air cannon or the mobilized round. So you see like right now, it's like you see like I control the creature as he's about to grab. If you don't do that, the creature is not gonna, the grab is just gonna go through. It's not gonna happen. Okay, so you need to control the creature for it to work like that. Same thing for the mobilized rounds. If you wanted to grab him off the mobilizing rounds, you need to do that. But I mean, like when the zombie, the AI initiates the grab, but to make the grab connect, you need to control the you need to be on the creature. Okay, that's what I mean. But because the AI is the one that starts to grab, it actually does not count as a... You don't have to wait for the recharge to grab again, you know, because it's the AI that starts the grab. Now the timing that you need to like start going inside the creature is around 2 seconds. Hopefully you can see from the footage here. Oh, and obviously you need to have V-Act and you need to have ambush both together. Okay, with V-Act, the timing is 3 seconds, so it takes too long. You're not going to be able to, you know, the survivor is going to be able to move before the creature goes for the grab if you don't have the act. So it needs to have the act, and the timing is around 2 seconds. So you spawn the creature and then you just count to like 2, and as soon as you get to 2, you kind of start going inside the creature, and that's when he'll go for the grab, and you will you know, you will get that grab to happen like you saw before, and you're seeing the footage right now. Now you can tell I'm using a Viromod to make sure that my zombies have the the V-act effect, because if you don't have a buff on the zombies, they're not gonna have the V-act effect, so it's kind of pointless. And I have energy leech because then I can just, you know, regain my energy to spawn more zombies and chain together while everything's happening. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers. Those are the important points. And so if you want to try it out, this build, doing this is actually not easy. Okay, it takes a lot of skill. This build is, but it does make a net ambush work, because the main problem is that the survivors just ignore the creatures that just spawned in. But because you're using that with the air cannon and the immobilizer rounds, they cannot avoid the ambush anymore. Okay. You know, like if you spawn the doors like this, a good squad usually would just leave the door before the zombie grabs them, and you essentially just wasted it and gave them time. But with this tech, they really cannot avoid it. The best thing they can do is really just shoot down the camera. So that's the best thing they can do. On the video that I'm gonna make about this build, I also made a build using the shield to avoid that. So you need to have a shield, otherwise it's just gonna, you know, destroy the cameras and you won't be able to control the creatures. But it's a heavy skill build. It takes a lot of skill to play this build. Okay, guys. And yeah, that's about it. Just keep an eye out for the build video for this, and I'll show some a bit more there about how you go about playing this.